Welcome back to another Alliance War video. We have 4 Loki versus Dsvg. They banned Cassie, Quicksilver, and Stealthy with Titania and Hulk globally banned. This is the first war of the season, and I'm excited. We have Trappy who joined 4 Loki. He was in the Battle Room Brawl top 8 qualifier, and he's in my BG. So excited more so about redeeming ourselves. We didn't hit Masters last season, and we're looking to come in strong. So hopefully we can do well. My team is Spider-Gwen and Penny. Penny for the synergy to ramp up Spider-Gwen. And she's also going to get a fight, actually. And my third option was basically up in the air between Nimrod, Omega Sentinel, who's R5, and Idoom. Idoom Rex Penny or Kitty. And I just Idoom just gets so much slack for being a bad champ. But he wrecks kitties and bishops. And with the ebb and flow, it's ebb and flow knockdown. He gets a fury, which will ramp up his damage even more dramatically against Kitty. I just figured, why not? Why not bring him in? He's probably going to nuke it before he can even get into his rotation. And if I eat a SB1 to the face, he's incinerate immune. So looking at my path, you see I have this eye bomb in section 2 on path 1, as well as that Idoom. I'm fighting Idoom. And then I have a good old Sassy 38, which I've been taking over and over. And just looking at the map, you can see that Trappy already cleared. He had some crossbones action this war, although he's not uploading his war video. So maybe you guys can leave some comments on his channel. I'll leave a link in the description to make sure that he actually posts this stuff. He had a beast war. He just gets a little bashful. So first up is this America Chavez on ebb and flow knockdown with the debuff immunity on knockdown and force of will. And I don't have a white Magneto pre-fight because I really don't plan on knocking her down much. Which means that I will be placing a wither on her every time I basically make contact with her. So if she does throw her random, heavies, then it doesn't really matter. And right here, I don't know why this person's obviously running unfazed, and my dex triggered it. So I don't know what's going on, but okay. So I was kind of mindful of that as we were going on. But my plan basically is just to, I'm doing 25% damage. There's a lag spike. I'm getting so many. But 25% damage the first 30 seconds. And I'm just like, okay, just bait SB1s. I'm going to build to my special 3 and then get the protection down and then pop it off for some big damage and then go for the kill shot afterwards, basically. So here I knock her down. I throw my special 3. And when I come out of this, I'm going to be doing some red damage as well. So, nothing to worry about here. I'm trying to bait this special 1, and she throws it finally, just so I don't push her to 2 bars in case she throws a heavy. But I use my striker to continue my combo to finish it, and she's down. So, pretty straightforward fight right there. It's just about managing her dimensions with the withers. And here we have this kitty fight. Both Andrew the Rough and Trappy said that, Idoom is trash. That's why he never gets any love in war. And his big brother Doom, we all know about Doom. So, I wanted to give him some love. Like I said earlier, he wrecks kitties anyways. So, why not? Why not bring him in here? He's ultimately very safe. I get, the combo into the heavy. And then I'm just going at it right here. She throws a special 1 into my block, and I'm like, okay, she's pretty much dead. So another special 1 gets baited. I just have to basically heavy her. I'm gonna heavy her, which is I'm gonna combo into my heavy, which will trigger my aura, which will make me unblockable. Is why I throw the special 2 right after, and she's down. She's down. So that's easy peasy lemon squeezy 32-second fight. So maybe he's not trash in specific fights. So next up, we have this I bomb on path 1 in section 2. This node has like a, if you dash back too much, they get a regen, and if they get too many regens, you know, bad things happen. Basically, you want to have a heal block to avoid those bad things happening. But what I'm going to do is try not to dash back too much. I'm dashing back to parry because I power gain per Penny's abilities, and I want to push him over a bar and then throw my special 1 to basically push him over and then drain him and push him back over so I can ramp up my spider charges. I do start with, I believe, 4 with the Spider-Gwen synergy, so that's why I'm already at 13. And at this point, I'm just trying to bait, but I'm getting kind of cornered. So at this point, I figure I'm just going to throw my special 2 and see if it kills him. There's 15 incinerates on him at this point, and I'm just kind of like, okay, throw your special 2 into my block. If my shield comes back, great. At this point, I'm like, oh man, he was basically dead, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to just combo him into my relic, and he dies. So again, Penny, you know, I bring her for the synergy for Spider-Gwen, so she starts with 5 charges, which is super ideal for this next fight. But she can do stuff on attack. So this fight right here, when we were planning, Andy was just like, oh yeah, just take it with, you know, I was going to bring Gallon or Hulkling. I know Hulkling would, you know, trigger Buffet, but he would still power through this fight. And he's like, just use Spider-Gwen. You don't have the Dex buff with the Spidey relic. And I was like, oh yeah, okay. And so I go into this fight, and he's going to be gaining regens per the new node that's added to this. So, you know, he will be regenerating through the whole fight. The node regen isn't as bad, but what's going to happen is, right here I was blocking. I was supposed to just, you know, not block so I can auto evade that, but he hit me with it. So I was like, okay, that won't happen again with an SB1. But you see, when I dex, it's actually triggering Buffet, because the overload, see how auto evades there? The overload is about 161 a tick, but the Buffet is 2600 a tick. There I got lucky because I forgot his aura was up. So I'm like, okay, I just need to get him to about 20%. He has about 220,000 health. And if I throw my SB3, I do about 70 to 80k damage, and it'll kill him. And that's what my plan basically is. And he's ineverated right here, and I just have him in the corner. I throw my SB2 for a big pop, does great damage. And what I should have done is thrown my SB2 here, and I would have killed him. But, you know, I was like, all right, go to my SB3, and it's fine. So that's exactly what I do. And his aura was up, but that won't mitigate any of the damage. And his damage is only supposed to trigger, if you go over 5%, it's supposed to trigger a regen off of the SB1 or SB2. But it does it anyways, and it didn't kill him. And I was just like, man, now he's going to regen basically, you know, back to full health. And I'm trying to stay in his face just to get, you know, more damage in. And right there, I should have just not tried to dex the SB2, because I would have auto evaded, and it was just frustrating because that's just going to cost me some potions. But here at this point, I'm like, okay, just going to combo him and through my special 1 and kill him. It was just frustrating. I just didn't expect those things to happen, and I don't like going into fights like that. But ultimately, I didn't die. Like Andy said, did you die? Still frustrating because I had to heal her up while boosted, which is not fun. And I am taking this Sassy on node 38. Done this quite a few times, and the ideal rotation is to basically get him around, you know, 20 to 16%, and then throw my special 3. But it gets a little tricky just because you know, he regens and the node protection comes up, so you're not doing much damage. So right here, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pop an involve. It wasn't going to, but this was a very close war. I think it was like we were tied 2-2 for most of the war. And I just, you know, didn't want something bad to happen, because bad things happen in war. So right there, I started out with a heavy, just to get the protection down. And I'm just kind of getting a feel for it. And I throw my special 1, And I think what I'm going to do next time, because on this node, you want to stay aggressive to keep the prowess down. And I have a wag so I can parry him. I think I'm going to spam special 2s just because they do a bigger chunk of damage, and I can't keep him inebriated because it's only a short time that I have when the debuff immunity goes away, and I can actually inebriate him. So here he's in Wrath, so I can actually do good damage. I should have actually thrown my relic there to heavy and then throw my special 2, but again, the plan here is just to get to my special 3. So the damage that I'm doing really doesn't matter. All I'm trying to do is get him to the 30% range and then start figuring out how to chip him away. So this is going a bit slower than I actually like. And I heavy there to get the protection down, and I'm going to combo into my special 2. Didn't crit, so didn't do too much, and I'm like, okay, at this point he's starting to get in range, so I'm like, all right, I need to heavy to get this protection down, and then his rage stacks are stacking up. So I'm like, all right, this is not where I want to be because I'm not doing much damage, and he's regenerating when I hit him right here. You can see there those crits are actually 0. So I was just like, oh man, this is not what I want to be doing. But I relic into a heavy, and I'm just going to throw my special 3. I want to see what it does just to get him under this 30% and kind of go from there. So it gets him to 24%, and I get almost a bar back. He throws his special 2, which I appreciate. And at this point, I'm waiting out his Wrath. And he throws this special right here. I'm like, okay, perfect, but my Fury is now gone. So I want to heavy here, but I want to push him over 2 bars and bait this because he's at 2 stacks. So my special 2 can essentially do pretty good damage, and I heavy counter his special 2, and I'm like, all right, now we're cooking. So he's at 4 stacks. I can try to get some damage in here. I'm gonna throw my special 2 to finish him off, and boom. So this fight's always an adventure, but ultimately, it was a solo. So shout out to my BG. We got a donut, first war of the season, starting out strong. So that's pretty smooth, and hopefully we keep it going for for the rest of the season. And if we're looking at the final stats of the war, we did end up winning 5-2. So shout out to Dsvg, J Will, Hump, and everybody over there. And hopefully we keep this going for the season. And shout out to Trappy, Andrew, and Karate Mike for the MVPs. And we'll see you guys in the next one.